Wait, we got your boy Omizi and this guy on. It's this dude. It's this YouTuber dude. He facing like 24 years, bro. Rolling and stuff, bro. Gotta stop it. But let's check this out.
Excuse me, madam.
I used to love watch this dude channel, bro, back in the day, bro.
Madam, I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money.
Bro just threatened. Bro just threatened.
No, okay, okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine. You. No, yeah.
Do that.
Please,
you can't do that. Last year, IRL streaming took over new heights, seemingly overtaking desktop streaming as the go-to platform to get your streams off. It was a way to combine vlog content with the traditional interaction of chat that comes with the, streaming aspects of creating content, and people flocked to it in masses. And so in an attempt to make it as creative as possible, we saw a bunch of people do a bunch of different things, but that specific niche of nuisance streamers rose because of their ever so disgusting behaviors that they constantly did to the
I think that dude right there, he like facing time.
General public on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there's too many people that fall into this category to count. We have DDG, we have Deshae Frost, Kai Cenat step.
Deshae is crazy. Deshae Frost is crazy. Not gonna hold you, but I go
into it. But those are the more positive, and it's crazy because I'm putting
positive. That's crazy.
Deshae Frost in that conversation of positivity to say that they are the nuisance streamers that I'm talking about. There was that one little kid who was on the boardwalk who stole food from innocent bystanders' plates. There's obviously Jack Doherty, Johnny Somali as well, two of the worst of the worst. But Vitaly has to be in this same.
Like I said, I used to watch this dude channel, bro, YouTube, bro. He used to do a lot of pranks, bro. I miss them days right now, bro. The good old days.
Exact conversation with these guys. Vitaly is a longtime streamer who went to Kick because, Twitch's free speech stuff, which a lot of people did over the past couple years, and it's honestly backfired on them. He recently got back into people's algorithms by replicating that whole catch a pred trend that was going around last year, but he quickly wanted to do his own thing, so he ditched his whole team and went overseas to just act a damn fool.
Go let them know that the villains, they're thinking that I'm not gonna come back to the streams. I have no team to control me. I'm myself right now, and you will see. You think shaving head and pissing on their face was too much? I'm coming back ultra demon time, 1000x Plinko ball demon time. This is gonna get. Conor McGregor wants to hook left, right, done, bro. Knocked out everyone, bro. So nobody gonna beat my content. I'm already getting licenses to become a police officer. Well, you will see. You will see. And I'm not gonna be a racist police officer where I'm gonna be shooting black people.
I don't know if that was AI or maybe some computer glitches. The woman and Vitaly looked mad scary in this. Like just their facial expressions. If you just pause on their faces, they look and creepy. So with just a cameraman in a dream, Vitaly hopped onto a plane and took off to go across the world with his strange fascination for peds. And what's crazy is we all know that these preds that he's catching aren't necessarily real. These are fake skits. I mean, we see him with the likes of Akon doing songs and dances talking about locking them up. Like nobody believes that that's real. But nonetheless, just like other popular IRL streamers who went across the countries, Vitaly has decided to participate in some of the most outrageous public interactions known to man.
Hold on, let me eat her pussy real quick. Sorry.
Sorry. That's crazy.
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
please, something.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Please. What? Who's he talking to?
Yes. No. What are you gonna do? Hello. 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 Let me hold it. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Bro, get him. Stop. This crazy, bro.
Paparazzi, you are best in class on a paparazzi. Paparazzi. Papa.
I remember when content like that made me laugh. Gut busted on the floor, dying of laughter. I mean,
yeah, like when we was like kids, yeah.
Literally could not control myself because I thought that harassing people in public was probably just the funniest thing ever. Similar to fart jokes or poop jokes, you know, stuff like that. But then I turned 6 years old, right? Scooby-Doo became less interesting and I decided to, you know, grow up in life. Why people think that they could just go to these foreign countries with harsher policies, stricter rules, thinking they can get away with this stuff, I have no clue. But Vitaly made a stop in the Philippines that would change his life for the better, or maybe for the worse, or maybe for the better for us as a viewing audience, but for the worse for Vitaly as a whole. He went there and he got himself arrested.
Are you Mr. Vitaly yes. Yeah. Good evening. Okay, here's your Miranda rights.
Now, there have been so many instances of creators like Johnny Somali or Ice Poseidon or other creators going overseas, harassing people and getting into some sort of trouble. And Vitaly is no different. Why he would believe so, I have no clue. But there have been people in the Philippines, seemingly American people or at least white people in the Philippines, locals that provide, you know, businesses and all this other stuff that were a part of the harassment, that were warning Vitaly that you can't do this. This isn't where you think it is. You need to act right. You need to relax. This isn't even content, and there will
show some respect. God.
Potentially be consequences if you continue down this path.
Like, what happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them? I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip them. What do you do? Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the
locals. So you came just to talk shit, right?
I'm not talking shit.
So why
I'm asking you, why even make that content?
Can't even take advice.
Genuinely.
You can't even take advice.
Like, I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the fuck up, because I do whatever the fuck I want. What are you gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna follow you.
Yo, I swear to God, bro.
A real conversation.
And I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation with you, bro. Hey, what? What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people fucking with others and putting them down. You need to lift people up for a living.
And what do I do? Have you?
That's fast, bro. That's fast. Like, yo, like saying mostly his audience is definitely young. Or they probably edgy. Young and edgy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I'm pretty sure some of them probably don't even care what he's saying. But they're mostly young and edgy, and they want to see him act a fool.
What, you haven't watched my
I have watched your streams, and you're a piece of shit. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too.
Now, that guy is a little weird because he did ultimately go on to create a YouTube channel based off of the interaction that he had with Vitaly. So I can only say that he's in it for the content as well. Now, some people... People may call me a hypocrite because I'm over here making content about Vitaly in a similar manner, but nonetheless, he is in the Philippines actually white knighting for them. But what he's saying is actually justifiable. These are hardworking people who don't need to be harassed or accosted in the middle of the street. Like, what is eating the box of a mannequin or taking the hat off of a police officer? How is that in any way, shape, form, or fashion any sort of content? The only thing I have to say about these people that do walk up and try to confront these streamers when they're doing this dumbass shit is that it doesn't do anything. And honestly, the only thing that you're doing in the moment is providing content.
You know, you're just giving them more content and, you know, more stuff to do for views and all that other crap.
For them or potentially for yourself later down the line.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, nigga gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money.
For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking sociopath. I don't give a fuck. Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck.
It's amazing how on one end of the spectrum, we have somebody like an iShowSpeed who is going to other countries that we are literally right now having a tariff war, a trade war with, as we speak in the United States, and doing his own goodwill efforts, you know, putting his foot forward to make sure that there are at least public relations that are good for the American people, especially black people and the Chinese people. Now, he probably wants to get back over here before he gets locked out of the country, but that's another story for another day, and that's not this channel. But then on the other hand, we have somebody like a Vitaly or a Johnny Somali or any of these other kick streamers that are going over to these different platforms and literally harassing the public, only furthering the divide between the public perception between Americans or black people and these other countries. But you know what? The Philippines wasn't going to stand for it, unlike a lot of these other countries who have dealt with the nuisance streamers before coming over and terrorizing the people. They put his ass in cuffs fast as hell.
At habang doon siya ay under custody siya ng Bureau of Immigration as an undesirable alien. Ngayon, mag-uusap pa ang Bureau of Immigration at CIDG ukol sa proseso nito. Pero sa akin paningin at ito'y akin lamang, hindi ito'y batas yung sabi ko, ay doon muna siya mananatili sa Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility sa Muntinlupa habang siya'y naghihintay na paglitis sa kanya rito.
Yeah, they locked his ass up. And to put insult to injury, they said that they were not going to deport him back to his own country. They've got him in cuffs on full public display so that anybody and everybody can see that Philippines is not a country to fuck with if you think you're going to be a streamer and come over there and do the dumbest things possible. Now, Vitaly still thinks that he's hot shit because he's playing around on camera, smiling and kissing and making all these faces. But the Philippines is dead serious about bringing him up on criminal charges for all of the things that he's done. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to be a slap on the wrist type situation where they drag it out, let him free. This isn't Korea or Australia where these content creators are having their way and the people are so generous that they let them off scot-free. Shouts out to B Souls, man. Your people doing what they need to do. And double applause goes out to the people of the Philippines because they're even calling for the staff that enabled Vitaly to go around and harass these people to also be held accountable for their actions. Vitaly had to have people that could speak the native tongue, give him direction, drive, etc., to point him in the right and wrong places to be in so that he can carry out those actions. They're just as complicit to the actions and the discourse and the punishment as Vitaly is. They're just not camera facing. I don't have any sympathy for these guys. Nobody should have sympathy for these guys. This isn't a real form of content creation. This is shock value. This is harassing people. This is literally bothering people, putting your hands on people. He's putting his hands on people in public, trying to get some sort of rise out of them so that ultimately he can get clicks, views, traffic, etc.
He's such a loser. Now I used to watch his channel. Now he's a loser.
But as the old saying goes, if you play stupid games, you will win stupid
FAFO.
prizes. And don't be surprised that they throw somebody like Vitaly up underneath the jail. I'm not even trying to exaggerate, but especially the way that the social media cycle goes, Vitaly might get multiple years for all of the harassment that he's done, whether we think it's right, wrong, left, right, whatever the case may be, and nobody will be there to vouch for him. So this could seemingly spell the end of Vitaly as we know it on the internet. And I am glad, and I hope it happens to the likes of any other streamer that thinks they can just go to any other country and act dumb.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these streamers just gotta be a FAFO, bro. But that's all I can tell you, man. Anyway, legal but not stress, not a good stuff, man. I'm gonna be like.